What's going on, guys and gals? This is Big D518, and as you can see on the screen, this is not a Pokemon game. I spoke in some of my other videos, and this is actually me doing a voiceover for this video to introduce a preview of sorts, but I am going to be playing through the game partially. This is episode 1, quote-unquote, of Dokapon Kingdom. Dokapon Kingdom, as you can see my cursor moving on the screen, is a combination of Mario Party and an RPG, meaning a lot of other things. It's kind of hard to explain. So, if you guys are hyped for this, as much as I was for recording it, make sure you smash that like button down below. So yeah, let me continue with the explanations. As you can see, for whatever reason, my video is glitching. I'm not going to be talking so much in this. It was a pretty long video that I recorded. It was about 30 minutes long. But let me give you guys just a quick explanation of the game. So, pretty much the premise of the game is in the Kingdom of Dokapon, which, if I could ever pull up a full map of the game itself, is a combination of, well, it's actually a map of the entire globe of the not the United States, of Earth. So, yeah. I'm probably talking over, like, all the sweet music in this, but I have to explain it. So, in the Kingdom of Dokapon, these castles were starting to be taken over by monsters and overlords and other stuff like that. And pretty much the premise of the game, or the story of the game, is that there is a big boss that is taking over these worlds in order to claim it as his own. And our job as adventurers slash, I call us warriors, even though there is a separate warrior class, our mission is to defeat these monsters, bring back freedom to each town, while giving the king more money, because the king is a huge stickler for not having any money. Don't know why, but yeah, he kind of is. So, as you can see, there's a lot of different things that are going on in this. As time goes on, you have to level up your character class, and as you do that, you will get more powerful. There are different weapons, different shields, different magic spells, different items. A lot of them can be game-breaking, and a lot of them can screw you over in the end, which is pretty scary, I do have to say. What else? In the very, very beginning of the game, if you're playing just a regular, like an actual story mode game, you start out in this random desolate area, as I like to call it. Word a day in my calendar. If you guys don't know, I get a word a day calendar emailed to me every day, and the word of the day is desolate. So I am using that word today. You are sent into this random area where you need to pretty much gain equipment, like I was saying, sword, shield, and a couple other items in order for your character to get through the game comfortably. Items, money chests, and other things like that, while making it to Dokapon Kingdom and into the main story. In the main story, like I said, you start out in the main continent where Dokapon Castle is, and through each day. So each day is not actually like a day or a turn in Mario Party. I know I used that comparison earlier, but a single turn in Mario Party is pretty much a single roll of dice and movement. In this one, each game or each turn is a day. Everything is broken up into weeks. So there's week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 19,000. And the entire premise of that is you go through Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And each day is a turn. But the entire week doesn't end until you reach Saturday. And then you go through an entire recap where they recap your total money on hand, your salary as your player class, your total town saved, your total town's income, and then they give you a complete total at the very end, which will determine who's in first place and who's in last place. For me, As you can see on the screen, I'm showing all the different warrior or all the different classes. There's Thief, which is speed-based, Warrior, which is attack-based, and Magician, there you go, which is magic-based. Now, through the game, like I said, you will level up your character. Once you get to a point where you master your character, you can always go back to Dokapon Castle where you can get a new class. Let me give you an idea of what happens when you level up your character. For Warrior class, when you level up your character, which you will see a little bit later on in this video, you will get more points added to your totals. For a Warrior class, you get 2 extra points into your attack, 1 extra point into your defense, and you get 1 point, which is essentially 10 HP, into your HP. If you're a Thief, I believe it's 1 into your defense, 2 into speed, and 1 into HP. Magician, I believe it's 2 into magic, 1 into speed, and 1 into HP. I could be wrong about that, but there you go. Let me just give you that for right now. So, you see on the main screen now, it's pretty much going through the final check after you create your character, create your computer character, and let me go on record as you watch this entire video. The computer character, no matter what setting you set it on, is a dick. This is why I enjoy, or I would like to enjoy, playing this game with friends. Granted, everyone says Dokapon Kingdom is the friendship breaker game. Characters under computer class are dicks. And you will see why, like I said, later on in this entire Let's Play. But as you go on, you will see the premise of the story that I was talking about before. I've used the word premise too much in this, so I will try and use something else. But as you will see, there's a rumbling, and you will see the King of Dokapon, and I believe his princess, or his daughter, Princess Penny. And as I said, towns are taken over by monsters. And the goal for each adventurer in this is to save each one of those towns from those monsters. Those monsters will be at a set level and a set strength. So the point, like I said before, to raise your character stats is the main goal. So you kind of get it from there. He's going through the king is going through the monologue right now on. See, like I said, I'll be completely broke. What did I say? So the king puts up a prize of whoever can bring back the most money, and the prize is. I'm not gonna ruin it. I'll let the king say it right here. Come on, king. We're waiting. Yeah, the hand of his daughter in marriage. Did he check with her first?
Of course, Father.
I don't think so.
If it's for the kingdom, I must agree.
And I think that's kind of see. I think that's kind of illegal considering she's probably not even over the age of 18. But she's daddy's girl. And it doesn't matter if you're Dokapon royalty girl. It only matters if you really want to get married to that person. But, you know what, far be it from me to tell your father how to run things. So, as I was saying with the rest of it, as you go on, to clear a chapter, you have to defeat the big monsters. So you saw the little monsters in purple and top of the city. A big monster is a red monster that is higher level than any of those smaller monsters and has a lot more strength. So do keep that in mind. So yeah, there are chapters to each continent that you'll be on. Like I said, the map of this is practically a globe of the Earth, and each continent is a chapter that is split up. There are 7 total chapters in this game, I believe, and the goal, like I said, is to clear each chapter. Now, to clear each chapter, you need to clear out all the big monsters in there, and there will be side quests that the king will announce after you beat a certain amount of the big monsters. And they could go along the lines of saving someone, grabbing something and bringing it back to the castle, yada yada yada. I won't go into too much detail on it. If you want to see more on it, on this series, on this video game specifically, check out Team Hypercube. That's all one word, Team Hypercube's channel. They did about 110 videos on this video game because it is a very, very long, drawn-out game. But they did fantastic with it. I watch it every chance that I get. And now, as you can see on the screen, it's going through the turn-by-turn basis, where you can either use spinners or crystals. Crystals are items that you can obtain through spaces or by item shops. And it also says you can only use one thing at a time, which is item use, move, or combat. If you're moving and you land on a combat spot, but there is no resolution, your next turn will be finishing or continuing that combat. Pretty easy to understand, right? I know this is a lot to take in, so this is why I'm asking you guys for your feedback. If you guys want to see this on the main channel, or if you want to see this on the side channel, please, or on a side channel, not the side channel. There is no side channel. But if you guys do want to see this, please let me know in the comments section, and let me know by likes or dislikes. And I'm going through the different things that we need to go through on the main screen right now, where it's shield space, weapon space, item space, gold box, which is just straight money, and I believe there are magic spaces on there as well. So, a couple things to cover on the main board itself, not on this board, but on the main board. On Sundays, item shops, weapon shops, and there's one, I think item shops, weapon shops are the only ones. On Sundays, those shops are closed. You will not be able to access those on Sundays. On Saturdays, all weapon shops and item shops will be holding sales, which every item will be 25% off, if I remember that correctly. That's a lot to, cover. Like I said, as the story goes on, monsters and combat spots, which are the plain yellow spots on the screen, but you don't see any right now, those monsters and bosses on towns will be a lot higher in strength. When you land on a combat spot, which is, like I said, a plain yellow spot, either you will encounter a monster in that area, or you could get a random chance that happens. Now, random chances could be anything. There are certain little side gaming things. There is a girl that comes up that challenges you to Rochambeau, where if you win money. You lose, you pay her money, which sucks if you lose all the time. There's an alien that abducts you, where you will be gone for one turn, but at the beginning of your next turn, it will either raise all your stats by 1 or lower all your stats by 1. So that could be game breaker-ish or nah. There is Guts, the blacksmith, which will take a certain amount of money from you to build you either a weapon or a shield. The downside is it can fail, so you will just lose the money. There is a character named Risque, which will automatically... what will Risque do? Risque will offer his services to steal from your opponent, which is either equipment, money, or items. Each one of those costs a certain amount of money, but again, it can fail. There's a couple other random ones that come up. I don't really remember them off the top of my head. There is one guy that does come up. I don't remember his name, but he is considered a game breaker in a lot of ways. So if you are in last place, if you're in last place in one of these after chapters for a couple weeks in a row, at the beginning of one of your turns, there will be a little purple demon that floats atop of your head, and you will be in, I forgot, it looks like a Star of David, but it's a star. It's like a random creepy star to begin with, and that is considered, like I said, a game breaker. Now, if you've ever wondered what a person that is practically a walking chance time, another Mario Party reference, a walking chance time character, that is what a Darkling is. Now, in order to be a Darkling, Like I said, there is a character, if you land on a random chance space, that can give you what is called a contract. Now, you already have to have the demon floating on top of your head in order for you to get said contract. If you have the contract and you have the demon on top of you, you activate the contract, you go to a certain space on the board, which is on the first continent, I believe, and it turns you into a Darkling. Now, a Darkling is practically a level 99 character with maxed out attack, defense, magic speed, and HP. And pretty much that you last as a Darkling for 2 weeks. In order for you to become a Darkling, you have to give up all money, all items, and all towns. So if you're in last place by a lot, it shouldn't really matter to you how much you give up anyways. You go through each turn where you spin a spinner before you actually get to your movement spinner. And you get Dark Arts points. And Dark Arts points allow you to do different things to the field, to towns. You can actually take over towns, gain a lot of gain a lot of experience points, and you will see a huge, huge difference when you're done being a Darkling. Let me just put that out there. You can mess with your opponent. You can kill your opponent multiple times. You can delete items. You can delete weapons. And you can pretty much toss their money and stuff like that. And the best part is you actually get a huge spinner. Instead of a single spinner, which is a 0 through 6, you can get a multiple of 2 to 5 spinners. Which means if your opponent is a long ways away, you can run up and you can attack them from any distance. Which I think is actually really, really cool. I've been a Darkling before, and I completely demolished my opponent. So, yeah, I thought that was really cool. So, after your 2 weeks, you go back to being your normal self, and any experience that you may have gained as a Darkling, you will get after completing a single battle on the main map. Doesn't matter if it's a town or if it's just a random yellow space on the field. And that could raise your level from like 1 to 10 levels, which happened to me. I went from level 33 to level 43 in a single battle. And you get all that experience points, and you get to add that to your main character. I'm trying to figure what else I can really talk about with this game other than the fact that it's fun, but it's aggravating as hell. And it definitely takes a long time. As you may or may not have seen on the main screen when I had saved last, my first playthrough of this game, which was not too long ago, lasted 173 weeks. I was level 92. My computer opponent was level 90, and he was a Darkling twice. I was a Darkling once. I thought it was the greatest thing in the world until it happened against me. It does take a long time to finish this game, so if you're playing with friends, it can definitely be a lot more fun, like I said, but if you play against computer players are ruthless no matter what setting you put them on. So, again, this is just a test video. This is just me kind of just showing you, like, the goings-on in this game, kind of just showing you exactly what startup and the exact storyline of the game. It's kind of weird for me to even bring up JohnnyBoy94's channel in this video, because this video has nothing to do with Pokemon. It's Dokapon. So, I'll bring him up anyways. Johnny Boy, if you're watching this, I would love your input on what I should do with this. If I should do this on my main channel, or if I should create a side channel just for random console game LPs. A lot of them might be post-commentary, kind of like this, only because my original program that I would use for audio recording apparently does not work with Camtasia Studios. But I can definitely do post-commentary, so that way I don't necessarily have to have an issue with linking up audio, not audio. But JohnnyBoy94 is doing a current Pokemon Platinum Elimination Lock randomizer on his main channel, where he is on his way to his 8th badge, if I'm not mistaken. I believe he just got past Snow Point City. I don't remember half of the names because I've never actually fully played through 4th Gen. So yeah, definitely keep a lookout on his channel. His channel is linked in my description. He is also doing a Pokemon Fire Red Metronome lock, where he is only allowed to use the move Metronome. And Metronome is a random move which can pick a really, really crappy move like Tackle, or it can pick up a powerful move like Hyper Beam. So keep a lookout for that. Like I said, I keep saying main channel for him because he does have a side channel. It is called Extreme Speed GP, where he is doing a Pokemon Sapphire Monotype Nuzlocke randomizer, where he is playing through the entire game with just flying types. So yeah, definitely keep a lookout for that channel as well. Hope it used to be a weekly series, but because his Platinum series is a daily series, he gets tied up with that, so I don't blame him for not updating. But in the future, if you do update Johnny Boy, you know you'll get me as a viewer and a liker on that one. Especially because, spoilers if you haven't watched it, I'm named after one of the Pokemon. So that's happy days for me. Somebody else that I would like to bring up, besides Blurry Cineplex, I won't talk too much about you, Blurry, except for the fact that you're a fantastic content creator. And viewers out there, if you haven't watched his channel is linked in my description below as well. He's a fantastic Poketuber. Look, he's a small Poketuber like myself and Johnny Boy. Definitely check him out. We all need to support each other as we are continuing to evolve in this world. But another person that I'd like to bring up is a new subscriber of mine who goes by the name of Keyblade Master Girl, who, if you've been watching my main Pokemon series on this channel, which is my Emerald Randomizer Nuzlocke Extra, is named after my Spiel. She is, like I said, a new subscriber. She has been liking all my videos recently. She has been commenting on all my videos recently. And I just want to send a special thanks to you. I don't actually have your real name on here, unfortunately. So, yeah, my bad. I should have really gotten your name first. But thank you very much for your constant support. She is actually the first person to actually approach me with wanting to actually talk with me on Skype. So I told her as soon as I get home, because right now I'm actually at a friend's house recording, which is kind of weird. When I get home, as soon as she has the opportunity and I have the opportunity, we are definitely going to talk on Skype. I will get to know you. Not a problem. So, as you can see on the screen, I believe I am past week 3. Yeah, let's actually go back to the game. No, we're past week 2, because I'm still on the Deslin board. So now the king is going over. Once you get done with that board, if you are still on that board, you pretty much need to... he picks you up, he gives you some points. If you get there first, you get more points. If you get there last, you get less points. And he gives you any missing equipment that you don't have, because he just wants you on the main board so you can get him more money and start Chapter 1. So it says, we're all here now. Your journey will begin here. Yay! In order to, yeah, see, so he talks about the big monster and the chapter event. The chapter event are the ones that are announced by the king, their requirements, and they need to be taken care of in order for the chapter to end. And it says right here, the person with the most money will be the next king of Dokapon, and will also win the super bonus prize, which is the hand of his daughter. So yeah, anybody that's still a little confused about this, I will try my best, and I will put some extra stuff in the description. But I don't really want to put too much in the description because this isn't even an LP yet. This is just me just kind of showing the series itself. Yeah, so you can see I'm on the main board. You can see all my stats at the top. And it depends on your class, like I said. All the items that I had picked up, which can be used only once at the beginning of my turn. And I decided to show off data and all this other good stuff. So you get field skill and you get battle skill. Battle skill can be used in battle. Field skill is what happens at the beginning of your turn. So mine is War Cry, which raises my attack at the start of the turn. And that happens randomly, and that stays on. I don't know how long it actually stays in effect. I believe a couple of days. And I'm sorry if you hear the jingle jingle. Those are my dog tags. I'm sorry. Go through all the other items. It shows all the towns. And it says that I'm in Asiana continent, which is practically Asia. There is a U.S. continent, which is also connected to Canada. There is a South American continent, an Australian continent. I can't speak today. And there's a couple other ones as well. I'm not even going to go into too much detail on that. As you can see in the top left-hand corner earlier, it did say shops closed, so now I only have the opportunity to just go to a town, which I will show you what I meant before about their levels and their stats, or I could just go to a regular yellow space and just go into a regular battle, which I have not done up till this point. You can see my equipment, my kniffy and my leather shield, my abilities and other such. And yeah, something fun happens here, guys. And you can see... Oh, I can't hear it. I had my volume so low in my headphones that I completely missed the fact that I could actually hear my own stuff. So you see it's right there, and the cursor, it shows attack magic, your skill, your attack, and your strike. Attack is just whatever you have equipped to you. Magic is whatever magic you have. Your skill is what I talked about before. And strike is a 3 times effective attack, but if your opponent uses counter when you use strike, your opponent will hit you back for 3 times your damage and could potentially knock you out in one try. As you can see, the cards shuffling on the screen will determine who goes first, who goes last. There is a button that says prediction that will show you what chances you have of completely defeating your opponent based off of colored faces. A green face will signify no damage at all. A yellow face will show a little bit more damage than that. An orange face will show middle damage. A red face will show almost dead damage. And the white face, which I like to call the Shy Guy mask, is the complete death mask. As you can see, my computer opponent Steve is a lot more powerful than I am because he's already visited the weapon shop and picked up a longsword. And a longsword is a warrior-based item which raises your attack by 30%. When you defeat monsters, you can get, like I said, you're leveling up not only your level, but you're leveling up your character class, and you can also get random dropped items from opponent or from enemies. And as you can see, my opponent can completely kill me with all those Shy Guy masks on there. Mario reference, I know. And this does not look good for our intrepid hero, me. So no matter what I do, he is going to completely kill me, and I die. So there's three different scenarios there. The cherums that come pick you up, you'll be out of action for 1 turn. 2 demon children that come out of the ground will take you out for 2 turns. And the Grim Reaper, which will take you out for 3 turns. And as you can see, when you die, you drop a random item, which in my case was money. You can drop equipment, you can drop items out of your bag, or you can lose control of a town. And that's pretty dangerous, actually, considering what goes on in this game. And depending upon where you are, if you are at a church or if you are at Dokapon Castle, that is your technical, almost said rejuvenation, your respawn point on where your character will be. And my opponent here easily took down a castle, or a town, as you can remember, he said, all too easy. And he leveled up his character 2 levels because that town monster gave him a lot of experience. Yay! And I'm in a casket in front of Dokapon Castle, and as you can hear him say yes, he is now in the lead. So the computer character will either say Shazbot or dang it if he is in last place, and he will say things like he had said, like yes, and you'll see a different face if he is in first place. So yeah, he is defeating monsters pretty easily considering he's level 5 now. Fuck you. I don't care. And after those turns of being off, you automatically get rejuvenated and back to life on the screen. And And as you can see, I can go to Hans the Arms Dealer, where the item I wanted, which I think is the one that my opponent actually got, which is the rapier. But I can get a higher shield, which is good, in a sense.
Which one do you want?
So you have options. You can either buy something, you can sell your items, or you can attack him. If you attack, it's pretty much playing Rochambeau against him, and you can do this at any of the other item shops as well. If you defeat him, you get his best item, which could either be a attacking weapon or a shield. If you lose, though, there is a bounty placed on your head, and you have no choice but to walk around with a bounty on your head that your opponent's on the main channel, the main board that can attack you and collect the bounty money, which could be a lot of money. Trust me on that. And we are getting very, very close to the end of my explanation of this video. If you guys have enjoyed it, please don't forget to smash that like button down below. Let's see if we can get this up to a clean 10 likes. As you can see, I'm still level 1. And here's one of those random events I was talking about earlier. And I got Roshi, the Rochambeau bitch, as I like to call her, who, like I said, challenges you to Rochambeau. If you win, you get her cash. If you lose, she gets your cash. But if you beat her and she hasn't beaten anybody else, you get nothing. Nothing! And she shows us the rules of Rochambeau like we've never played Rochambeau before. And like I said, it's rock, paper, scissors. I lose. So she says, "Sweet ridiculous! That was too easy." So she gets $285 from me. And here's a good example of why the computer is a douchey douchebag. He hit me with magma. It only gets worse from there, guys. It only gets worse from there. This is why I'd rather play this with friends, because honestly, they are complete douchebags. And I was barely able to defeat the computer in my first opportunity to play through this game, which, like I said, took 173 weeks. As you can see, I am still level 1. I decided to stay in the same spot, and I'm facing off against an imp again, which things go better for me. All things considered, I can actually defeat it with a single hit, and boom Jemima. I'm so cool. So, like I said before, warriors get 2 points into attack, 1 point into defense, and 1 point into HP. And upon level up as well, I get, I believe it's 2 extra points that I can put into any stat that I would like. And I decided to go attack and magic, which I should have defense. And here's another example of my rival being a douchebag. He gave me blistered feet, which missed, which would have only allowed me to walk 1 space at a time, but he runs into me. And this is this is something else. You can face off against your opponent at any time. It doesn't have to be bounty or anything like that. These are my options. Like I said before, I can't do much to them. I get yellow faces and I get an orange face. If I strike and he counters, I'm automatically dead. So I go for the only thing that I actually can go for, which is charge, to raise up my special, or to raise up my attack, hoping that I can get through 1 turn. But upon looking at the predictions, not a chance. If he strikes, I'm dead. If he attacks me, I'm dead. And I'm dead. Which is bullshit. So he gets to do whatever he wants. He can rob, prank, give, or forgive me. He decides to rob me, and he takes all my items out of my bag. So anything that I had that were crystal-based, ability raising, or anything like that, he just stole. Because he's a douchebag. And, yeah, that's kind of the funny premise to this, which I don't like at all. And he decides to use one of my items to raise up his defense, because he's going to roll the exact amount to take over another town. Isn't that special?
Yay! I did it!
He has a lot more attack than his defense, so he's going to take over that. He's going to take over that town pretty easily. And when your rival or any other person on the board beats you, that is not a monster. You are out of the game for 3 total turns. And that blows. As you can see, the week ends. And it just racks up all the totals. And this is where I'm going to be ending off this video. So if you would like to see more video content like this game on this channel, please don't forget to show your love with the like button on this video. If you would like to see me do a side channel of stuff like this, please don't forget to still show your love with the like button, and let me know in the comment section what you guys think. I am up for any idea, and all that other good stuff. Don't forget to check out all my social media links in the description below, and don't forget to check out my friends' channels, which will be linked in my description below as well. But I'm going to get up out of here. I'm going to go home, and I'm going to go render this video so I can get it up. I thank you guys all for watching. This has been Big D518, and I will see you guys in the next one. And as always, guys, take it easy.